factor. That was one thing that I thought was really impressive about the Jigglypuff user.
That's very true. Was my mic up here the entire time?
No, you're okay.
Okay, cool. All right.
Up there when you're talking.
No, I know. Okay, good. Okay.
All right, that's what we got. Literally against Falco.
And they're on Battlefield.
Falco.
And two characters that I'm going to start to say it. These characters are a little bit stale. We've seen these characters time and time again. Although this is Liquid, who has been using this time and time again and has been on the main screen time and time again.
Again, yes.
And he's just that good.
How fun would it be just to see little Captain Falcon? I think that'd be fun to watch.
Captain Falcon isn't that good in this game.
I know he's not, but I think it'd be fun to see.
We may see a little bit more variety on the whole. We might see a little bit more variety when Project M comes around, because that game was developed. That modification was actually modified by game developers.
And Falco goes down with the first death.
There we go.
So, talking about Project M?
Project M is a little bit more balanced because it was developed by game developers outside of Nintendo. For the people who don't know, Project M is actually Project Melee, and the reason that people did it was because they decided that Super Smash Bros. Brawl was severely unbalanced. Those of you people who played against a person who knows how to use Meta Knight know exactly what I'm talking about.
Or people who don't know how to use Meta Knight, they're still good because Meta Knight.
That's very true. We're not going to get into Meta Knight's moveset right now because we're in Melee, but what I will say about Project M, which will be coming up here in a couple of minutes, probably in half an hour or so, I don't know, we'll see what happens, is that most of the characters were actually built to be balanced. Everyone is supposed to be on even footing, so you can use who you like.
Exactly, so we may see a lot more balance, a lot more diversity in characters, whereas in here we're seeing mostly just Marths, Falcos, and Foxes.
Exactly.
With Jigglypuff in the last round.
One of the things about the metagame of Super Smash Bros., especially on older consoles from the N64 up, is that they were not able to update the game. The game consoles of those days were not able to update games, so they couldn't balance it a little bit better or fix bugs. Whereas in the new Super Smash Bros. That's coming to the Wii U, they will have that ability, which means I hope that they take that into account.
And there was the solid hit there by Marth.
When playing the character card and saying, listening to the community saying, this thing's broken, and then maybe going in and fixing it.
So you're saying they need to do more IT work?
Well, they don't need to do more IT work. I'm saying that they...
this is fixed. This is broken. Let's fix it.
Well, yeah, they definitely did fix it though, because what I'm saying is that the Wii U has those update capabilities.
As we've seen right now, we're at a 3-2 stock match between Liquid and Crispy.
And Marth is a fairly heavy character, whereas Falco is also heavy. We might see a little bit more from Falco going into it if he gets a little bit more rage mode. However, he does have to work his butt off if he's going to catch up with that 2 life loss. And also at 119%.
And down.
Falco not down for the count.
Good solid recovery there.
You do got to remember the Space Animals up B is a lot better of a recovery in this game. And there's the ledge guard, bringing Marth down to 2 lives as well. It's really interesting to see Falco playing differently in this game, considering we've seen him play in Brawl time and time again, kicking butt, but not really getting his butt kicked.
There wasn't in the previous match, though. Oh, no.
Not in the previous match. I'm talking in general.
Oh, you said Marth. I thought you said Falco.
I did say Falco, but what I'm saying is in Brawl, we've seen him time and time again being used because he's a little bit overpowered.
Yes, he is.
We also just saw another thing that's a little bit better about Smash Bros. Melee than Brawl is that...
Falco.
Well, Falco, but I mean the ledge guarding, but the over B for Falco and the other Space Animals is slowed down so that it's not an instant, it's not a teleportation. So there is contact, and there is the chance for you to actually be able to bring
and we are now tied in this match, 1 stock apiece.
It is 1 stock.
This is the final countdown on this match.
Both of the people up in the top right corner of the screen are looking very intense.
It's like neither of them wants to give an inch in this game, whereas Marth seems to be having a very solid advantage right now.
An inch is all that the character will need. And the sword jab is what does it.
Marth wins the first match.
Liquid takes the match. For 1. He takes the first one. There's more to come.
There's more in this set.
I hope there's more to come. That would be really boring. And back to Battlefield. Right back in.
Now we've changed now.
Going to Sheik. Backing out.
That may have been a mistake. There is no contest.
I think
everyone
that may have been a double tap start. That has happened more than once on this broadcast.
Okay.
Or that's happened a lot of times actually.
All right.
To everyone.
It looks like Crispy? Yes, Crispy is deciding who he wants to be for this, and he's going.
I think he's staying Zelda. I think what they wanted to do was talk about the map or the
map
level. And they're going to Final Destination. Now, we've got Sheik versus Marth. Now, one of the interesting things about Sheik is that he is a very fast character, and as I said before, there are not a lot of characters that can keep up with the amount of sheer raw power that she can deal out in a short amount of time. In fact, for the Melee bracket, and I think also for Smash Bros. Brawl, Sheik and Zelda are considered two completely different characters on the brackets, Sheik being a little bit closer into the higher-ups and Zelda being lower down.
I can see why. It seems like Zelda seems to be more of a projectile character, while she can deal a lot of damage and go a lot faster in a short amount of time.
What's interesting to note is that if there's ever a character or a person out there who switches between them, however, that will change when we switch over to both Project Melee and the new Super Smash Bros. Coming to the Wii U and 3DS.
Exactly.
Speaking of, I wonder how they're going to handle the Smash Brothers.
And down goes Sheik for the first kill of this game.
I wonder how they're going to handle the Smash Brothers tournaments here for when Wii U comes out, considering I don't know how many people have a Wii U nowadays.
I have a friend who does. So
I also have one, and I offered my services to them. But regardless, it looks like Sheik is taking the initiative and going for the aerial on Marth. Marth, while Marth does have a decent aerial game, does not match the quality of Sheik's.
No, Sheik has a very dominant air game that can really be rivaled by very few at this point in Melee.
I'm sure Jigglypuff's and there's the. Was that a quick ledge grab, or was that just Marth missing the shot?
I have a feeling that was just Marth missing on that one. There was a bit of ledge guarding there, but I still think that was more Marth.
And there's another aerial game. There's the aerial game again, playing the ledge, back and forth. Who's gonna get that ledge? The right side of the Final Destination must feel really loved, considering they haven't been doing much ledge guarding on this side.
And now they're being equal by doing left, and because of that, Marth goes down again. Liquid down to his final life.
Liquid did have the advantage, so I'm guessing that Sheik is the one who chose the match, Crispy, which means that Crispy chose this match, and character probably, specifically to counter
that play by Marth, and because...
And my chair just broke.
No, it fell through.
Oh, it fell through. Okay, no.
His chair did not break, it just fell through a hole.
That was
but
terrifying.
Now we are tied at one match apiece. This is one of the few matches we've seen that has gone to a third game.
It is. The only other match that I've seen so far that has gone into 3 are, well, aside from a couple of my matches, the finals.
And my match went into one of my very first matches went to a third. But all right, so now they're choosing their map, and where are they going to go?
It looks like they might be going back to Final D. I'm not sure. They're looking over at us for some reason. Ignore us. We are not here.
We seriously need a camera like us. Oh, and they're going to Yoshi's Story.
Yoshi's Story.
Really?
Wow, this is a really fun game on the N64, by the way.
Great game. It's not even. It's a really easy game, but it's a game that it'll lift your heart up when you're feeling down.
Well, for those of you guys who don't know, I do a YouTube channel where I did a top 10 list of Nintendo console games of all time, in my opinion. And Yoshi's Story did make the list, mostly out of nostalgia, but also because it is a fun game.
It is a quite fun game. It's a game that'll give you a lot of nostalgia. It's a game that will, as I said earlier, it will just cheer you up if you're
It really will. And
I would give the top 10, but right now we're supposed to be commenting on this, not on.
This is very true. We'll talk a little bit more about stuff off camera, or off mic, I guess. And something I'm going to mention about Yoshi's Story as a whole.
And the first kill goes
to Liquid loses the life, so that goes to Crispy.
It
goes to Crispy.
I was just gonna say which Sheik, but
Potato.
What?
Potato.
Potato.
Tosquito.
Bless you. Anyway.
We are not cut out for this job.
No, we are not. But no, we are not.
Sheik is dominating. Sheik is dominating this game with the aerial and the explosions, and it's like she's a ninja. And before
she's a ninja, she is a ninja.
And before anyone says yes, Sheik is a female. Not only is she, did I just see a wall jump there? Was wall jumping a thing in Super Smash Bros. Melee?
I think there was a little bit to it, but not much.
I think only a couple of characters could. Whereas in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, pretty much everyone got the wall jumping.
it became becoming exclusive to being very, very common.
Yeah. Which is actually interesting or which will be interesting, especially in Melee, considering that, like I said, a couple of characters can do it. And it looks like Yoshi's story is playing into Sheik's hands perfectly, considering that they can get an extra aerial with that wall jump.
Exactly, they can.
Bless you for, yawning.
Bless me for yawning, yes. You're doing blessed. Anyway. This game seems to be...
And that explosion sends Marth flying!
Exactly. One more hit could send Marth down to their final stock.
And bring Marth down to his final stock as soon as you said that.
Exactly. I was there at predicting the future. So right now we have 2 stock lead for Crispy.
That's very true.
He's also doing a great job at controlling.
And that dodge was perfectly timed. Liquid does have a tendency to do some pretty good ledge guarding with Marth. However, he's going to have to do a lot more than just ledge guarding if he wants to get Sheik off the stage.
Right now, what they need is a big solid combo in order to try and get a lot of damage onto there very quickly.
And it doesn't look like Sheik's going to let him get that combo off. We should definitely have a wall between us and the people, considering these people have already acknowledged that we exist.
Well, it really doesn't matter at this point.
Pretty much. They pretty much are just not even listening to us. They're so focused. If you can look up in that camera,
they're. It's like neither one of them is having.
One of them is even. And the aerial game for Sheik is too good.
And that is the game. Crispy takes it. Coming down from a 1-game deficit to win the whole set is